CIET NCERT presents Audiobook Maths Mela, Textbook of Mathematics for Grade 5.
Chapter number 12, Racing Seconds. Page number 155. On the right side of the page, we are provided with a QR code, scanning which we can reach out to the additional resources to this chapter. Towards the right side of the page, we also have a picture of 3 girls standing on the victory stand. Raghav practices yoga in the morning. Here we find 2 pictures. In the first one, Raghav is standing on a mat and performing yoga. The time in the clock is 5:35 a.m. In the second picture, we find Raghav is sitting on the mat and performing yoga. The time in the clock now is 5:55 a.m. That is 5 minutes to 6. Let us find out. First question. At what time did Raghav start practicing yoga? Dash. 2. At what time did he finish? Dash. Question number 3. How much time did he spend practicing yoga? Dash. You are expected to fill up the exact time in the blanks provided. Question number 4. Find the time elapsed between the given time periods. Share your strategies. A. 1:15 p.m. to 1:42 p.m. B. 3:18 p.m. to 8:18 p.m. C. 9:15 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. Question number 5. The table here indicates the time taken by 3 children to paint a picture. We have a tabular column here in which we have 2 columns. First one is for name and second one is for the time taken. Raghav, time taken by him is 1 hour 20 minutes. Rani, time taken by her is 2 hours 10 minutes. Ritu, time taken by her is 1 hour 35 minutes. A. Who took the longest time? B. Who took the least time? Page number 156. Question number 6. Fill in the blanks by writing the time in the appropriate format. We are provided with 2 columns here. The first column reads time in 12-hour format and the second column reads time in 24-hour format. The first row has time 5:30 a.m. and the time in 24-hour format is 0530 hours. In the second row, there is a blank and the corresponding time in the 24-hour format reads 08:35 hours. In the third row, the time in 12-hour format is 11:55 a.m. You are expected to write down the corresponding time in hours in the 24-hour format. In the next row, the time in 12-hour format is 2:30 p.m. and the time in 24-hour format reads 14:30 hours. In the next row, the time in 12-hour format reads 5:30 p.m. You are expected to write down the time in 24 hours format in the blank space provided. Last line reads 9:35 p.m. the time in 12-hour format and you are expected to write down the time in 24-hour format in the blank space provided in this column. Question number 7. Match the following. Here we have tabular column in which 2 columns are there. First column reads time in 12-hour format and second column we are given time in 24-hour format. We are supposed to match the formats. 6:30 a.m., 8:45 p.m., 11:45 p.m., 4:30 a.m., 7:30 p.m., 1:30 a.m. And we need to match these with the time in 24-hour format given as 1:30 hours, 23:45 hours, 6:30 hours, 20:45 hours, 4:30 hours, 19:30 hours. School race. Akira, Sunita and Mary are participating in a 200-meter walking race. Here we find pictures of 4 girls participating in 200 meters walking race. We also have a victory stand in which we find 3 girls standing on first, second and third positions with their record time mentioned on the victory stand. Page number 157. Do you notice the use of a new unit seconds in the picture? 1 minute is equal to 60 seconds. In situations like a race, seconds help us observe small differences in time taken by participants. Each participant took 1 minute, but how much more? Identify the child who won the race. How much time did the child take? Let us do. Estimate whether you would take seconds or minutes to complete the following activities. Tick the appropriate cell. Here we are provided with a tabular column which has 3 columns, namely activity, seconds and then minutes. In the first column under activity we have blinking of eyes, then switching on and switching off the lights, then counting from 1 to 20, next filling a glass from the tap, next melting of an ice cube, making a phone call, sitting down on the floor, drinking a glass of water, snapping fingers, washing hands. You are expected to fill up the seconds and minutes column mentioned against them. Note for the teachers. Let the learners observe and discuss who stood first, who stood second, and who stood third, and why. Help them understand the difference between minutes and seconds as a unit which adds precision in measuring short time duration. Get the learners to observe that 60 movements of the seconds hand leads to a shift in the minute hand. Page number 158. List events other than the ones listed here that you can do or that can happen in less than a minute or in a few seconds. There are blank lines provided for you to note down in these spaces. Estimate and verify how many of these you can do in a minute. Here we are provided with a tabular column which has 3 columns. First one reads activity, second reads estimated number, and third reads actual number. The first activity is number of balloons blown. You are expected to write down the estimated number and the actual number in the columns mentioned against the activity. Second, number of push-ups. you are expected to write down the estimated number and the actual number in the blank spaces provided. Next, number of breaths. You are expected to write down the estimated number and actual number. Last activity, number of hops on one leg. You are asked to write down the estimated number and the actual number in the blank space provided. Let us find. Question number 1. Find out the number of times you can skip the rope in 10 seconds. We can find a picture of a girl with a skipping rope here. Question number 2. How long does it take you to write the word friend? Question number 3. How long does it take you to run 100 meters? Here we have picture of 5 kids who are participating in a race to reach a finish point. Page number 159. Let us do. Observe the clocks and fill in the blanks. In the first picture, there is a clock which reads 6:45 time with seconds needle on 12. And in the second clock, the time indicated is 6:45 and seconds needle is on 6. You are supposed to fill up the blank provided here. Rani took dash seconds to get out of her bed. In the second picture, we have a clock which reads the time 3:45 and the second needle is on 12. In the second clock, the seconds needle is on 7, indicating 35 seconds. You are expected to fill in the blank here. Raghav took dash seconds to move from his room to the kitchen. In the third picture, we have the time as 5:30 and the seconds needle is on 9. Corresponding clock in the second picture, we find the second needle is on 12 and you are expected to fill up the blank here. Ritu took dash seconds to pick up a piece of paper from the floor. In the fourth situation, we have the clock indicating the time as 6 and the seconds needle is on 5. And in the corresponding second clock, we find that the needle is again on 5 but after a minute. So it is reflecting 60 seconds. You need to fill up the time in the blank space provided. Raghu took dash seconds to wash his spoon and plate. Page number 160. Draw the missing seconds hand on the clocks on the right side. In the first picture, we have a clock in which the time reads 6:45 and the seconds needle is on 12. Raghu took 20 seconds to read a sentence in his book. You are expected to draw the seconds hand on this clock which is missing. In the next second picture, we have a clock which reads the time as 3:45 and the seconds needle is on 12. Rani took 30 seconds to color a rectangle. You are required to draw the missing second hand in the corresponding clock given beside it. In the third picture, we have a clock which reads 5:30 time and the seconds hand is on 9. The given information is Raghav took 60 seconds to move from his home to the garden. You are expected to draw the missing second hand on the corresponding clock. In the fourth situation, we have time reflected in the clock as 6 and the seconds needle is on 11. Information given is Ritu took 40 seconds to wash a plate. You are expected to draw the missing second hand on the corresponding clock given on the right side. Page number 161. Conversion of hours to minutes. Zainab and Remo were converting time from hours to minutes and vice versa. There's a picture of a girl saying we know 1 hour is equal to 60 minutes. So 2 hours will have 2 into 60 is equal to 120 minutes. We can find a picture of a boy here saying this means that 180 minutes is equal to 3 hours, as 3 hours is equal to 3 times 60, that is equal to 180 minutes. Let us do question number 1. Use the double number line given here to complete the conversions. A. We have double number line with the times mentioned on the first number line as 1 hour and the corresponding time converted in minutes is 60 minutes. The next time indicated in hours is left in blank, and next time mentioned here is 4 hour, 7 hour, dash hour, 9 hour, and 2 more dashes are provided for hour, and the corresponding time mentioned on the second number line are 60 minutes, 120 minutes. For 4 hour, you are expected to write down the minutes in the blank space. Similarly, for 7 hour, you are expected to write down the time in minutes after converting. And here for 480 minutes, you are expected to write down the time in hours. For 9 hours, you are expected to convert the time in minutes and write down in the blank space provided. For 660 minutes, you are expected to write down the time in hours in the blank space provided. For 720 minutes, we are expected to write down the correct time in hours on the corresponding first number line. B. Do as instructed. You can use the given double number line for the following conversions. First one, 1 hour 10 minutes is equal to dash minutes. Second, 2 hours 45 minutes is equal to dash minutes. Third, 3 hours 15 minutes is equal to dash minutes. Fourth one, 4 hours 20 minutes is equal to dash minutes. Fifth one, 75 minutes is equal to dash hour dash minutes. Sixth one, 150 minutes is equal to dash hours dash minutes. Seventh one, 220 minutes is equal to dash hours dash minutes. Eighth one, 390 minutes is equal to dash hours dash minutes. We are supposed to fill up these blank spaces provided after converting them into minutes and hours respectively. Page number 162. C. Fill in the blanks in the double number line to complete the conversions. We are provided a double number line. On the first number line, we have the time marked as 1 minute, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, dash minutes and dash minutes. The time corresponding to 1 minute written here is 60 seconds. That is 1 minute multiplied by 60 gives us 60 seconds. And for 120 seconds, the corresponding time in minutes will be 2 minutes. In the similar way, you are expected to write down the time in seconds for 5 minutes in the blank space provided. Similarly, for 10 minutes, you are expected to write down the time in seconds in the blank space provided. For 15 minutes also, you are expected to write down the time in seconds after converting it in seconds. For 1200 seconds, you are expected to write down the time in minutes in the corresponding first number line. For 1500 seconds, also, you are expected to write down the time in minutes in the first number line. First, 320 seconds is equal to dash minutes dash seconds. Second one, 225 seconds is equal to dash minutes dash seconds. Third one, 700 seconds is equal to dash minutes dash seconds. Fourth one, 1000 seconds is equal to dash minutes dash seconds. You are expected to fill in the blanks by converting them into minutes and seconds. Fifth one, 10 minutes 13 seconds is equal to dash seconds. Sixth, 4 minutes 8 seconds is equal to dash seconds. Seventh one, 15 minutes 40 seconds is equal to dash seconds. You are expected to convert these timings in seconds and fill in the blank spaces provided here. Question number 2. Raghav studies mathematics, English, Hindi and the world around us subjects. He took 50 minutes to study each of the subjects. Find the total time taken in hours and minutes. Share your strategies with your class. Question number 3. Raghu left his house at 8 hours and arrived at his Nanaji's house at 9:05 hours. How long did he take to reach his house? There is a picture of a boy who is explaining 8 hours to 9 hours is 1 hour. So, Raghu took 1 hour 5 minutes to reach his Nanaji's house. Page number 163. Question number 4. Jyoti went to play at 6:15 p.m. She came back after 1 hour 45 minutes. At what time did she reach home? Question number 5. Ragini took 1 hour 10 minutes to do her homework. She finished it at 9:40 p.m. What time did she start? Question number 6. A group of children left for a picnic at 8:30 a.m. They returned after 4 hours and 10 minutes. At what time did they return? Question number 7. Raji started her homework at 6 p.m. She finished her homework in 1 hour 30 minutes. At what time did she finish? Question number 8. Alia goes out to play at 5:30 p.m. and comes back after 1 hour 10 minutes. At what time does she come back? Question number 9. If the lunch break of a school starts at 12:30 p.m. and ends in 35 minutes, what time will lunch end? Question number 10. It is 8:35 p.m. right now. What time will it be after 8 hours and 25 minutes? Note for the teachers. Encourage learners to solve these problems orally and not by aligning them in columns and using algorithms. Chapter 12 ends here.
Maths Mela. You were just listening to this audiobook, Textbook of Mathematics for Grade 5. Narration Swarnlata Sharma. Sound recordist Virendra Rawat. Production assistant Soumya Malik. Directed and produced by Vimlesh Chaudhary. This audiobook is brought to you by CIET NCERT, New Delhi, India.